and the South African National Roads Agency affords communities, businesses and employment opportunities in the maintenance of roads. So this week, SANRAL will be conducting information sharing sessions, we're told, in KwaZulu-Natal, where infrastructure projects are underway. SANRAL's sole shareholder is the Department of Transport, and so Deputy Minister Sindisiwe Chikunga joins us now for more on these sessions. Deputy Minister, thanks very much indeed for your time this morning on the AM Report. You know, when anyone thinks SANRAL nowadays, we do think about the e-toll saga. We'll get to that in just a moment. First, tell us about the sessions that will be held, particularly in KwaZulu-Natal.
No, thank you very much. Good morning to you and good morning to your viewers. First, October is Transport Month, and this is the time where we showcase what we have done, what we are doing, and what we intend to do as the Department of Transport, including all the modes of transport, whether aviation, maritime, rail, road, public transport. And SANRAL then has a flagship project which is called Taking SANRAL to the People, where SANRAL identifies the projects that are on course and those that will be implemented, and it goes to people to tell them about those, but also to listen to the challenges that they are meeting as they actually roll out those projects. And we are targeting on the small and medium enterprise companies. And we're ensuring that they are part of what is happening on the roads, but also as a way of what the President announced, that of recovering and reconstruction of the economy through infrastructure. We are indeed participating in that and explaining to our people as to how we are doing it and what the expectations are and how we are rolling out the transformation policy of SANRAL together with Horizon 2030 strategy of SANRAL.
So you're going to be in KZN today, but this is a countrywide initiative, is that correct?
Indeed, it is a countrywide project. Wherever there is a national road, be it an N1, N3, and there are projects that are being rolled out, we go there. So for this time around, we are in KZN, but we'll actually be going to other provinces because we want our people to begin to participate in the work that SANRAL does.
Given our jobs numbers in the country, this will go some way. These are not permanent jobs, of course. These are time-limited jobs for the time frame that the project is underway, but it goes some way in alleviating our jobs crisis?
Indeed, they are. However, remember, if you construct a road, for instance, you still have got to maintain it. You still have got to cut the grass. You still have got to ensure that markings are always available. So it has the element of permanence if you look at all what I have said. But of course, we also look at the local people. Let me just say that this is one of our state-owned companies, SANRAL, that is best run. It's been getting clean audits all the time. Its name is Clean Audit. And actually, if I were to say it, it puts South Africa at number 18 in the world in terms of its quality of roads, the roads that they build. And that is why we go out to people to say, good as we want you to be part of what we are doing, but know now that you are going not to do some shoddy work because there's simply no space for shoddy work. And we are happy that in the areas where we have been to, we're seeing women participating. Somebody says, I'm a woman, I have a company, I'm already doing some work with SANRAL, and probably then they'll raise the issues, which we're taking up because wherever we go, we also have the board of SANRAL, board members of SANRAL.
I mean, in terms of clean governance, which you've just mentioned, Deputy Minister, SANRAL also is, in many respects, struggling. It's running at a major loss. I'm looking at the numbers for April 2020 to March 2021. This is a budgeted loss of about 570 million rand. In terms of the losses due to e-tolls here in Gauteng, that number runs surely into the billions.
Of course, yes. It's a challenge that is known by everybody in South Africa. So it's not like it's something that comes out of mismanagement or anything. It's just a challenge that requires attention that is being paid to by the minister and, like I've said, and everybody else. Otherwise, if you take that and you put it aside, and you say, here is SANRAL, and let's look at how it is performing and how it is doing its work. It's run professionally. It's doing some fantastic work, to the extent that it's one of the exemplary state-owned companies that we have in the country. But of course, in the Department of Transport, there are other companies that we can mention that we never talk about. If you talk about aviation, state-owned companies, your Air Traffic Navigation Services, your AXA, your South African Civil Aviation Authority, those are the best run, managed, state-owned companies that operate at an international level. So there is something very good that is happening. Maybe just to share with you, last week I attended a ministerial high-level conference, which is run, in fact, managed by ICAO, International Civil Aviation Organization. And I sat in South Africa listening to somebody from America saying, it is my honor and privilege to appoint Ms. Poppy Khoza of South Africa to chair the safety, aviation safety facilitation committee. And I was like, this is somebody not in South Africa talking. And she went on and on and on, telling us about Ms. Poppy Khoza, who is actually a South African from KZN, Sibongile, a woman, young for that matter, but doing some fantastic job in that state-owned company. That maybe as South Africans we never talk about, because I think we become a little bit negative about us. But to hear somebody sitting somewhere in America talking about South Africa in such a positive manner. So the point I'm making is that one of the state-owned companies, that's the point I'm making, that is doing some good job, that is actually saying, how do we transform? So we have the transformation policy for SANRAL. We are implementing it now. And we are dealing with the teething challenges at the level of implementation, which I think is something that we can actually celebrate as a country.
Yeah, absolutely. We're all looking for good news stories, certainly, to celebrate, especially insofar as government and service delivery is concerned. Deputy Minister, before we let you go, the issue of e-tolls in Gauteng, it's always on the agenda, just given the kinds of losses that SANRAL experiences because of what essentially is this failed project. We've been told time and time again that we're going to see a final decision on the issue of e-tolls. Do you have any idea whether that decision is coming?
The decision will definitely come. Surely it's not an easy matter, but the decision is definitely going to come, and we'll just have to wait for that.
All right, Deputy Minister for Transport, Sindisiwe Chikunga, thanks very much indeed for your time this morning on the AM Report.